everyone. This is Amanda from devotioninaction.com, and I'm in Psalm 34:8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. And I'm using a Stampin' Up! Stamp, a little lemonade picnic looking thing, and I just stamped that in a simple gray ink pad. And now I'm pulling out my Prismacolor color pencils. This is a super simple entry, but I love what this verse has to say about our amazing God. I've been really focusing on trying to make some changes in my life to improve my physical health. Drinking more water, eating healthier things, moving more, getting more active, to exercise and things like that, and to help me flourish physically so I have enough energy to get the things done that I feel like God is calling me to do. And so when I read this verse, it got me thinking about like our taste buds and how when we have a steady diet of greasy fried foods and sweet desserts and sugar and all those chemicals that are kind of designed to make processed food addictive to us so that we'll buy more of it. Then when we taste healthy food, food that is like fruits and veggies and things that God created, a lot of times it feels uncomfortable at first. It's like, this is not good. This is awkward and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. And the more, though, that we switch over and get away from those processed foods and get into eating healthier foods, the more our body starts to crave them and they start to taste good to us. And I thought that's the same way it is with spending time with God. When we start to spend time with God after a steady diet of Candy Crush and Facebook and TV and movies and video games that provide instant gratification, then it can be uncomfortable to sit in silent prayer or to read the Bible when it's a little bit hard to understand and really dig in and study those things. It's not like immediately rewarding a lot of times. But if we'll stay consistent, if we'll stay in His Word, if we'll continue to come back for taste after taste, we'll start to find that our spiritual taste buds change. And we start to love spending time with God and reading His Word. So as I focused on this, I really just kind of saw this simple word art. Taste and see. I'm not getting this from anywhere. I just started, playing around with more squared off bubble letters and just some print and putting in there, taste and see the Lord is good. So it's really a simple page. I always like to draw things in pencil before I actually get going on coloring them in or whatever, just that I can adjust where I've put things. And there's a little bit more to this devotional. If you check out the devotional video or over on devotioninaction.com, the devotional is called Taste, and there's a little bit more over on those pages. But I'm just basically using almost entirely Prismacolor colored pencils. And you'll notice that when I color these in, for those of you who haven't used colored pencils a lot, I start with a lighter color and even like a lighter touch, just barely coloring in. And then I'm going to outline in a darker color and shade bottom right corners typically in that darker colored pencil. So it gives it a little bit of weight, a little bit of visual interest to do those darker outlines and to do that shading even on the lettering. See, I'm kind of shading up that right hand side and down into the corner bottom and then onto the right hand side. And even with the lemonade, I started with a very light yellow, then went to a darker yellow, then went to kind of an orangey yellow to do the outlining on the actual lemons. That provides a lot of weight to the picture, and it really improves the visual interest of it, I think. I mean, I'm not an artist, but I have learned a few things over the past year as I'm trying to get better in creating art in my Bible. And that is one of the things that I've noticed really, I cannot like a picture at all. And then I start to shade on the bottom and the right-hand side or the bottom and the left. It's just important to stay consistent because it's the basic idea is that there's a light source somewhere and you're shading the part that's furthest away from it. And so when I shade and stuff, it just makes it way more interesting to me. I like the picture better when I have done a little bit of outlining and shading to it. So maybe you will too. You can give it a try and let me know in the comments if you feel that way too, or if you have other tips about making your colored pencil drawings and colorings. If you have tips about making those look better. So there you go. So, and I always kind of, I don't know, I am drawn toward making the name of God, Lord or God, Yahweh, Jehovah, those things purple, I guess because it's a color of royalty, but I am just always drawn to making that purple. So even though it's not, I drew the other colors from the word art. I took those from the actual picture that I colored down at the bottom. So the red is the color of the flower, the green is the color of the stem and the leaf for good, and the little tablecloth is the blue of the sea. And so I just kind of all of those colors were pulled from the picture, so it would all tie together. But Lord, I keep coming back to purple. I think it's because I see it as such a royal color. And then this is just a black micron pen that I wrote the word and, the, and is, and I just wrote Psalm 34:8 down at the bottom there, so you'd have the reference. And this is the layout. Super simple. Anybody can do it. Taste and see that the Lord is good. The most important thing is that you get into that Bible and you meditate on a verse and start to actually taste and see how good our amazing God is. So I hope you've enjoyed this and that it inspires you to get into your Bible and see what I'm talking about. See the amazing God that we serve, the things that He's done, His character. Taste and see that the Lord is good. If you enjoyed this video, come on over to devotioninaction.com or the YouTube channel and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.